Hello.
Good evening, Melrosians the world over. I'm Tom Catalini.
I'm Jen LeClaire.
I'm Sam Hammer.
And I'm Tom Shampoo.
And this is Let's Talk Melrose. Melrose, a show where Melrosians talk to Melrosians about Melrose. And the news around the hood today was all about the Casella slushy stand happening. It was off the hook. I didn't make it over there, but it was trending for a while on the tweet stream.
It was.
I just got my notification from the mayor who was there that he was tweeting out to go pick up some. So I missed it too.
Pick up some.
So what was it? I didn't see until I was out. I was away all day. So what did I miss?
Enterprising youth, supported by the media conglomerate that is Steve Casella, launched a super aggressive slushy campaign this afternoon, strategically placing it on trash day.
Yes.
I mean, it was just the traffic. They attracted the mayor to the event. I mean, it was all over the place. But these kids raised $228 for two different charities, the Bread of Life and Great Dogs of New England. And the mayor was there slushing it up with the best of them, and they had a good time.
Tomcat, where's the air horn? That's an air horn at least.
Yeah.
There we go. Good job, kids.
I'm slipping.
I'm wondering if they had a lot of customers or there were just like a few just really expensive slushies.
Maybe the mayor bought a $228
slushy. Right. Exactly. That's
Margarita
great.
machine. Hey,
great.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Good luck with the liquor commission and that one.
Did any of us make it over there?
I did not.
What the flavors were.
I can tell you so we had some at our Girl Scouts celebration from the same Casella buckets, but it was rainbow slush, whatever the brand is, but like a big giant container of rainbow slush and watermelon. Cool. It was awesome. So sorry you missed it. I did ask if there's any left because it was pretty good.
Yeah, I wonder if it was Richie's. I'm partial to the Richie's slush myself.
I think it was. It was like a big name, and you have to like travel somewhere to a store to get the big giant container. So it was good.
Well, good job, kids.
Nice, well done.
That's fantastic.
Nice
that's
job.
Fantastic.
They're being raised right.
Yeah, that is true.
What else is going on?
Also trending out there on Twitter was No Fun Finn, who was a previous guest on the show, was grousing a little bit, but making, I think, a fair point to some extent about the Melrose City Council was holding a half-hour discussion on the El Pond study, including parks plans and turf, talking about maybe adding some turf over there, whatever the issue was. But it wasn't well represented in the agenda that was advertised. And then apparently he went on in this, maybe it's a tweet storm, I don't know, to explain, like trying to find where the Parks Commission meet was also kind of in some nondescript location in Mount Hood. And we've talked about that before on the show. It would be great post-COVID to have more participation, both through the notice and being very clear and transparent about what's on the agenda, and then also making it accessible using technology like we do here at MMTV, able to do two-way communication over the airwaves worldwide. I don't see why I shouldn't be able to be anywhere in the Northern Hemisphere and dialing into that Parks Commission meeting to find out what's what in town. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I still feel like we should make room or hire or assign our staff people to put together to present the agenda for the week.
You did have that idea.
Yeah.
Explain that idea again, Sam.
So it's kind of like Melrose Sunday morning.
Right.
It's basically like a run.
I feel more lost than when I said, tell me more. I don't know.
It's like a rundown of the agenda because you need 48 hours to make it public. So it comes out at some point over the weekend, I'm guessing. And then you can even if we just read what the heck was going on, people would know.
There's also some things that like impact more of the citizenry than others. And this is one of them. I mean, this is not a micro thing. This is something that I think a lot of people are interested in. It's unclear to me when kind of public comment and public discussion ends and where decision making begins. I think that's also not always made clear. I was interested. I don't want to say surprised. I wasn't looking for it, but I would have been good to know about it also, I think.
It's hard to know what's going to be like a super tedious, boring meeting and what's going to pique your interest. So, and then even if we did, I think Finn's point, Sam, is even if we did read this off, he doesn't really say what it was. So I think it's a fair point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, Tom. What were
I was just going to ask, this is the redesign of the entire park that's just north of Elk Pond, which is now soccer fields, West Knoll and all that whole area. And this is what they had a survey for maybe last year, I think, at some point.
Yeah, I'm wondering too. Yeah. This is complete speculation. Put up the thing that says this may or may not be facts, but I'm wondering too if when this all started, they thought, people thought it was kind of just like a sure bet, easy thing. We're just gonna, add some turf. What's not to love? But I think the public input and the feedback maybe hasn't gone exactly the way that people initially thought. There's more interest in, and it was probably because of COVID in, more a kind of a variety of uses of this park. And so if it's not going the way they thought, and it's not as easy, there's incentive there, right or wrong, to kind of just get it done. I don't know if that's what's happening here, but it sometimes feels that way. But
we have to err on the side of too much versus not enough, meaning very few people will complain that they have too much information, but lots of folks will complain when there's not enough information. So why not err on the side of too much and say, let's just tell people what's going on, and then they can make a decision to ignore it or to engage.
And that's exactly what we do on this show. So let's get to the news.
we have rights. Have we paid for the rights to use for that?
Details. Yeah, I posted that in the public, and nobody came and complained about it. So there it is.
We're not generating any revenue off of that.
Besides, we're seasoned sponsors. I think we automatically gain the rights or whatever. Before we get into the news, real quick, I don't mean to step in front of all your sound effects, but we should tell people who we're talking, what's coming up later, and who we're talking to later.
Yes, that is news.
So they stick around. People stick around.
Yes, Gina Martinez. Organizer, one of the organizers of PorchFest, lead singer of Artisan Cheese, among other things, prior guest on this very show.
And the theme song, our theme song singer.
She's the voice of Let's Talk Melrose, right? Yeah. Listen, here she comes. Here it is. We're almost there.
All right. Can't wait to have her on.
Right.
We're the faces, but she's the voice.
What was she thinking about when she was singing that song? Well, that's what I want to know.
I know. Maybe we'll do one of those bonus podcast extended episodes tonight where we add another 30 minutes just the behind the scenes.
Oh my God. Of just singing with Gina.
Yes. Singing with Gina.
The making of the theme song.
So stick around because we're going to talk to Gina a little bit later about PorchFest.
All right, Sam, there's some election news in town. Tell us what's going on.
Yes. Okay. Well, it has been decided. In-person election day voting will return to the middle school gym for all city residents. We had a conversation about this a few times, but most famously with our favorite Geron and Green and oh my gosh, Conchetta Green. It's like I usually put her name first, which is why Conchetta and Geron Green. Basically, that when you centralize democracy, you're actually voting. You kind of like democracy suffers a little bit, but. We have some key dates in here that I wanted to mention around voting. So absentee voting or vote by mail is still legally a thing through the rest of this year. Cool. So the last day to apply to vote by mail is October 27th at 5 p.m. And that is for you to receive your ballot in the mail. So you don't have to worry about election day, getting down there, et cetera. But you can also do an in-person absentee ballot up till November 1st at noon. So if you wanted to go and actually bubble in the thing and then hand it to somebody at City Hall, you can do that too.
I feel like Shampoo's the guy that goes in at 11:59 and says, wait, I want my thing.
Why would you think me? I'm all about being in and out and done, and then my day is all set ahead of me.
Yes.
Well, there you have it.
Ding, ding, ding. So also in these notes are things around candidates. So we still have some time for candidates to pull papers.
Okay,
So,
here's the thing. I was analyzing this downstairs with the data team, right?
Yeah.
So counselor at large is 4 people running. I think they're all existing counselors. There's ward counselors all over the map. 7 of them we have in Melrose. Most uncontested, except Jeff McNaught's seat is being challenged by John Obremski. And then if you scroll down, John Obremski is also pulled papers to run for the school committee. And there's 6 people running, but I think only 3 seats open. So can you win one seat and defer the other? Can you sit on both?
Can you be on both? Interesting.
Yeah. Is there precedent for someone being on both? We need to ask someone who knows.
We'll ask Wildman. But that's a good point. I do not believe you can be on both, but great question. But the thing the part of the chart that you added, thank you, that you didn't add actually, was the part where the people turned back in those papers. They've had these papers for quite some time. It's nomination papers. Mm-hmm. For most of these seats, you only need 20 people to sign them.
Oh my gosh.
In order to get on the ballot. For school committee, it's 50. At large, it's 50. Only 50 people. They've had these papers for a while. So only 2 out of the 4 at-large candidates have turned back in their papers. And I put the link up there, but if you want to see who has turned them in, that to me is a signal. Like, you're ready to run, you're serious about running, get your signatures, get it in, start telling people that you're running. But there's still time if you want to jump in the race or any of these races.
Do you think, I know nothing about strategy, as a candidate. Do you think that all these seats that are not contested, they're just thinking, I'm just going to kind of keep quiet because no one's running against me now, so I'm not going to start campaigning like crazy?
You don't have to campaign, but you should turn your papers in to seal the deal. Like if you want to make sure that people are kind of not intimidated, but like they know that you're serious about running,
about serving.
You get them in first.
But what happens if you say, I'm going to be that person, and just make sure that everyone's being honest with their efforts to run, and you run, and then you win, and then suddenly you have to serve on a committee that you say, I'm not sure I want to serve.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that that's happening. I think folks are committed to doing it.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
I think the bar's low. You need to get 20 signatures. You don't worry about it over the summer. By the deadline, just like Tom Shampoo, in the last day, the last minute, they're gonna get in there and file it.
In and out. 50 people in and out.
Yeah, and then you're getting the votes.
Yeah.
But if you're uncontested, there's really kind of no incentive. So anyway, for the viewers in Ward 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, take a swing at it. If you're interested, there's only 1 candidate in each of those. But the school committee, there's only 3 seats open at a time, right? So we have a bit of a contested race here, I think. Yeah. I think we've got 6 people running for 3 seats, which is great to see on the school committee, which is a rough job. And I'm surprised post COVID that, there's more interest, but maybe that drummed up interest. I don't know.
So they're not running until those papers come in. You have until September 10th to pull those papers. Tom, so just want to ask for those papers, but if you need you need to submit them by, I read to the Board of Registrars by the 14th of September. So we still have a lot of time. They may get them in time. Again, this bar is not really, no offense, is not really that. It's 20 signatures.
And this channel will have full election coverage. Just stay tuned. Don't worry about it. We're on top of it, and we will cover all the races very thoroughly. We'll tell you who to vote for. Don't worry about it. We'll give you a sample ballot and tell you exactly. But anyway, speaking of other ballots and initiatives in town, the city council is going to make a big decision about the library, and they're trying to get public. We talked about public engagement as well. So this is well advertised.
This one is well publicized.
This is out there, right?
So the library renovation project. Yeah, we got a grant. We've talked about it on the show. Just another quick reminder: tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at the Learning Commons at the high school complex. And simulcast on MMTV. Check it out. So I think that's going to be more of a presentation thing to get the whole picture. And I think it's probably going to be worth tuning in. We're talking about having an LTMM watch party, but you guys talk too much. Well, I'm trying to pay attention to the data and the information.
You're making notes. Making notes in the margins.
I'm making, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is a reminder for folks. This is, we think, $18 to $20 million total budget for renovation. We have an $8 million grant that we've gotten already, $2 more million that's been committed by the trustees of the library. So we're more than halfway there, or about halfway there. So tomorrow night, big discussion. I think everyone's excited about moving forward, and I'm anxious to hear how it goes.
Yes.
I'm still up for a watch party if anybody.
Okay. All right.
I'm still going to have one, even if
I think the way to make it a really good meeting is to put the first $10 million in cash on a table, like a giant pile of money, and say, "Here we are. We're halfway there, folks." Right? Who wouldn't watch that?
That is good. That is a good idea, because I'll tell you spend it differently. Like if you're going to go buy a new iPhone and you swipe the credit card versus you go to the bank and you start peeling out the 20s and put them down on the table, it's a completely different feeling.
Right.
So, so we'll have to check with the Melrose Police Department to see if they'd like to guard $10 million in cash
on the table.
Advertised where it's going to be in advance on the table at the middle school. Anyway.
Yeah, MMTV will be there. They're reminding us.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, Mike Miner.
Okay, so I see a production note here. We're going to our guest instead of the. I have something that I wanted to mention, but there's still time, and so let's bring on our guest first, and we can get Gina's input on that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so now we are going to welcome to the show the one and only, the lovely Gina Martinez. Let's see, do I click the button here? Here she is.
Where's the music? That's what we need.
I was saying we should have really special walk-up music.
There we go. The walk-up music.
Yes, here you are, Gina.
How are you guys?
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing over there?
So you're here in your PorchFest capacity.
Indeed.
And it was a smashing success in prior years with 30 or so porches, 90 acts spread all over Melrose. It's just a blast to participate in it in a number of different ways, and to see people just kind of hanging out outside. So it seems very COVID safe. In that regard, I would like to hear more about that. But what's now? We had to take a year off last year. What's the status right now? How's it looking? And when is it? September 25th?
Yes, September 25th, Saturday, September 25th, from 2 to 6 p.m. with a rain date of Sunday, the 26th. Again, from 2 to 6 p.m.
Ah, cool. I never realized that PorchFest had a rain date. That's fantastic.
Well, so far so good. We haven't had to.
Yeah, right.
Fall back on our rain.
So where are you at? How many bands you have? How many porches do you have? What are you in need of? How's it looking?
Yes. Well, at this point, I think we're doing really well. We've got over 60 performers this year, and I'm choosing words carefully because this year we have been asking other types of performers. Oh, go on, Brett Turvalon. So this year we are appealing to other kinds of performers, not just musical performers, but we have also invited comedians or perhaps spoken word performers, poets, and that type of thing, dancers.
Wow.
Yes, why not?
Absolutely. This is fantastic. I love it.
I know two guys who ride the trolley every year in Melrose and tell jokes. How about that two-person act for the performance?
How about it?
A two-person act.
If you are out there and you know someone who is a comedian, who's a magician, who's a dancer, or maybe in a dance troupe, we can, if even a dance troupe, we could. Some people have large porches or driveways, or maybe something could be worked out. And of course, we have many great musical performers as well. So right now we've got over 60 performers signed up and over 30 porches. In fact, the porches filled up so quickly that we had to shut that page down. On our website, which by the way is melroseporchfest.org.
Good plug. We'll put it up there.
Yes, thank you. But if we're encouraging more performers to sign up, because We always have we have a generous community, generous with their porches.
Yeah.
And if we can get performers, we can fill more porches. So we try to do, anywhere from 2 to 4 performers on a porch.
Now,
Is that Victorian architecture coming in handy? There's a lot of porches in Melrose.
Right, girl.
That's right.
Now, for the average citizen just looking for entertainment that day, is there a menu? Is there a map? Do I go to one porch and it's all spoken word? Do I see a mixture of things? Are there jugglers?
Yeah.
Like, how do I interact with this thing?
Let me tell you. What you do is at this point we're not there yet, but probably about 2 weeks before the PorchFest date, we'll open up a map on the website where you will be able to see the locations, and you should be able to click on the porches to see who's performing there. So on that day, you could walk around with your phone and pull up the website and check out the porches and see where you want to go. At this point, we're thinking we're going to mix it up in terms of the if we've got comedians or magicians or whatever.
Jugglers.
We'll sprinkle them in among fans.
Well, so I'm a
Hey,
juggler.
Yes.
As we know from a prior episode, I was
Definitely.
trained by.
Is that like actually or metaphorically, Tom?
No,
both actually.
Yeah.
Both actually. I think
He was trained.
You might have missed that episode. So Stuart Ryersey, who's a multi-instrumentalist, multi-talented juggler, entertainer. So Stuart, if you're watching, you got to sign up for this thing.
Yeah.
People need you. But he put out on the community page an offer to, the Buy Nothing page, an offer to teach somebody juggling, and I took him up on that. Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, but the thing is, there's just so much talent in Melrose. But what about
Crazy.
is it okay to take talented people from surrounding areas and bring them to the Melrose? Are they invited to participate and perform?
Absolutely, yes. Every year so far, we have had performers from outside of Melrose come and share their talents with Melrosians. So all are welcome.
I love that. That to me is one of those kind of win-win situations where we're supporting our local artists and we're creating an event that is so cool that it's attracting other artists and musicians to come to our community and perform here, and then they're gonna, maybe get some dinner here, or get a drink, whatever. So that's a win-win arts event as far
Up
as
until
concerned.
10 p.m.
Cool. Right. They're gonna get a drink, maybe not in some locations just yet, but in theory.
Hey, Gina, is there any way to? So we came to the one 2 years ago. My mother-in-law was 88, came with us, and she loved it. We did about 2 hours worth of music. Maybe more. And so is there any way to tell how big the audience is, generally speaking, for the day? Do you have a head count of that kind of stuff, or is there a way to do that?
That's interesting. We don't literally count. We have been fortunate in prior years to have had enough volunteers to help us sort of see what's going on at the various porches. We do try to keep eyes on the porches to help out host where we can. And by the way, we have a volunteers page. We need you.
Okay. What do volunteers do? What do you need people to do?
Volunteers come out the day of, and we try to have, ideally at least 1 or 2 people at each porch to help the host in any way that might be helpful, to take pictures or videos of the event so that we can keep sharing the event beyond the day.
So there's great photos on that melroseporchfest.org, by the way. If you go to the photos page, there's a lot of cool stuff. You can see the setups on different porches and different acts and all of that.
Yes. So, and we're also trying to create synergies with other things that are going on. So we may have some more surprises, which I'm not at liberty to reveal.
No breaking news tonight. Give us one tidbit, Gina.
Give us a hint.
The news. Karaji's watching. You might make the patch if you reveal it here.
There might be food involved.
Food.
That would be huge. That would be huge.
Maybe.
Yes.
Is anything you're doing a rhyme with beer, Martin? Just putting it out there. Is it?
No.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
But
Next
at
year.
your own porch, you are, it's your property. You can do what
True.
you
True.
That's a good point.
need to do. What you need to do.
Uh-huh.
It is
But we want to
so.
keep it safe and fun. It's a great day to come out and hang in the community, hang in the
Okay.
rows.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's
It
true.
is a great event.
So
Thank
you
you so
say-
much for
So
organizing.
you say safe. So the first Porch Fest post COVID, whatever you want to call it, the time we're going into or the time we're in now, are there any differences we'll see in that? Is everybody sort of on their own to sort of mask if they want to and stay distant, or it's an outdoor thing? Are there any special protocols you guys are thinking about?
Not at this point. I mean, we always coordinate with the city.
Yeah.
So as we, at a certain point, we will sit down with them to share with them, where the porches are. They've been wonderful partners in the previous Porch Fest, and they continue to be. And so, we last year, we were starting to prepare, but we were in touch with the city and and coordinated with them. And at some point, it was just clear that it was not going to be a safe, responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
So so for now, we're moving forward. We'll be in touch. We'll remain in touch and work closely with the city, and hopefully we can move forward. I would, of course, encourage people. If you're at a crowded porch, I think the right thing to do is to wear a mask.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yep. Be vaccinated. Wear a mask.
Vaccinated.
It is outside, so you can space out a bit
Right.
more, which is nice. It's a great event, Gina, and I just want to thank you for
Right.
Yes.
carrying the torch and continuing this in Melrose. It's really put Melrose on the map in terms of like events, like community events like this in music. It's great.
Well, I mean, we have a great community, and thank you guys for letting us peddle our wares on Let's Talk Melrose.
Oh, I would upgrade that website tonight if you can. The LTMM effect is profound.
Yeah, there's
So-
an app next to the
Sure,
Conference
it's
Council at the
crazy.
bottom.
Dozens of people.
Big bounce. Big bounce.
Gina, is there any talk of like a live stream portion so people who aren't
Oh.
able or can't make it out can like Live Aid, have a live stream so people can watch from home?
That's a great suggestion. It's not something that we're looking at right now. We are a rabble of 8 volunteers that have been getting together over the past several months to make this happen. So we do what we can with what we've got, and I think we've pulled it off pretty well in previous years. But we're not working on that at this
Okay.
point.
I don't know. MMTV is watching, so maybe
MMTV
Exactly.
is
Pay
watching.
action.
And I just want to point out too, maybe this could be our segue into something that I wanted to talk about quickly to round out the show for Arts and Culture Melrose. I'm a member of the Cultural Council here in Melrose. 2 quick things. One is I'll talk about that afterwards. But Gina, your organization, you're not a registered nonprofit. Like you said, you're a group of volunteers, and you're able to pull off this massive event. So the Melrose, there are a couple funding sources available in Melrose for arts and cultural organizations, and also individuals who are organizing and presenting arts and cultural events in Melrose. There is the Melrose Cultural Council, which is the local affiliate for the State Cultural Council, and there's also the Messina Fund for the Arts, which is a city city-funded initiative. So those 2 groups, we are partnering. This is breaking news. You're hearing it here first. We are. Look for more on this in the coming days, but we, the Messina Fund and the Melrose Cultural Council, are joining forces, and we're hosting an event on September 18th in the morning from 9 to 11. It's called Pitch Perfect, and basically the premise of this event, it's open to anybody. You can come and learn about both groups, learn about the grant making process. The tagline, I would say, is we have funds available. We want your creative ideas. So we want people to come and learn about us, learn about the funding opportunities. We want to hear ideas. We want people who have creative ideas to meet other people who have creative ideas. We want to put people together and form partnerships. We want to make more stuff like what you're doing happen in the community. So September 18th, 9 a.m., we're putting on the final touches for locations. So we're going to start publicizing this week. The other
called again? Sorry, Pitch
Perfect.
Perfect.
Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, and the point actually, ironically, is that your pitch does not have to be perfect. Like, just come and workshop some ideas with us. We're going to put together like a mood board. If there's something cool that you've seen people do in another community, come and show us, and figure out how to do that. We've got some resources available that you can browse, some kind of idea, inspiration, and stuff like that. So it should be fun, and it's open to everyone. The other quick news is that the Cultural Council also has 4 open seats available. So if you want to join and be a member of the Cultural Council, we are looking for ideas and members to review some of these grant applications and work on some initiatives that support the arts and cultural sort of infrastructure in Melrose. So you can email us at melrosecultural@gmail.com. And we have a website too.
Amazeballs opportunity, that is.
Yeah, it should be fun. We're fun.
I put the website, I put the Messina Fun website, I put the email,
Great.
I put the save the date.
Great.
But I just want to, can I just say one more thing? Say one
Yeah,
thing you had
please.
already said, like Gina and and her 7 other volunteers are putting together this massive event that we all love very much. It literally is taking volunteers to do these things. You do not have to have a nonprofit. You literally just have to have fun, be organized, and just put something together. This community is like dying for more things, and you have them. Just we can do this, but it's Gina has one event. You want to have something, you can put it together. You can put together that Battle of the Bands behind Shaw's, that mural on the side of the wall, close down these streets, like all of the things that we do this about all the time. Stop this and start typing in those applications.
That's right. Bring it.
Wow, I can't wait to see your application, Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not filling it out. Are you kidding? I got to practice for PorchFest because
it's interesting to have a little seed money, because even if you've got 7 or 8 volunteers and you want to do that, I don't know how you guys do the funding, Gina, but there's beautiful lawn signs. There's a website that costs a few. So it is nice because you don't charge the host or the bands, as far as I know. So somehow that comes together. But if people are willing to put their time and energy, it would be nice to get them a little seed money.
Well, we've done it by tapping precisely into the sources that Jen just outlined. That's how we've done it.
Boom. That's great to hear.
Nice.
That's great to hear. So more people could do that.
That's right.
Tom Shampoo could do a citywide coffee meetup, coffee with Tom.
Love it. Who's
we'll buy.
Everyone just get in line one at a time.
That's my pitch.
In and out.
Right.
No, I'm going to do whole beans.
Free
and
wisdom.
Tom's going to grind them and do a slow pour.
All right.
On every street corner in Melrose.
This is working out.
Once a week for 52 weeks. Yeah.
I love it.
Go year round.
That sounds great. Hey, let's get the mobile unit out on PorchFest. The MMTV.
Oh, you're not going to be able to keep us away. MMTV, LTMM. It's all.
Karaji. We'll all
Karaji, yes.
Al Jazeera, they're all going to be there. Join us.
That's right.
All right, cool.
All right. So
Gina, thanks so much. You know how to dance it off to your own song.
Oh my God, I'm so pitchy in that thing, but
oh my God, pitch perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
Pitch.
We'll see you around town.